So Donald Trump did file his response to Jack Smith's brief, this 180-page brief, full of witness testimony and evidence and stuff about the actions that Donald Trump, the citizen, the presidential candidate, took in regards to the 2020 election. Not Donald Trump, the president. They are alleging all of these were the actions of the private citizen who held the title of president, but he wasn't acting as officially the president at the time these events took place, or that these weren't official duties of the president. And this all is in response to the immunity ruling out of the Supreme Court that said official acts of presidents are not or are immune from criminal prosecution, which has never been a thing. But Donald Trump had to respond to this brief, and this brief is trying to set out what was official, what was unofficial, and why they are alleging these were unofficial acts and the acts of a private citizen, and how they got there with the witness and everything witnesses and the testimony to back it all up. Well, Donald Trump, filed his motion, and that motion says basically, can't release it, needs to be redacted with a whole list of demands for redactions because it would hurt me in the election. It's election interference. Well, if I remember correctly, and maybe I'm mistaken, but when this whole thing started, a bunch of stuff was put under seal, and Donald Trump was screaming and hollering about it being under seal, saying the government was hiding stuff by putting it under seal, and he wanted everything out in the public. And now that it's out in the public around the election, he knows it's going to hurt him. So now he says, nope, got to keep it sealed. I want everything sealed. Don't let anything go to the public. It's going to hurt me. The irony here is he's screaming election interference about this stuff being released to the public in a case where he is criminally charged with things relating to election interference from the 2020 election. I mean, this is ridiculous. But this is what Donald Trump is. This is who Donald Trump does. He only cares if it's in favor for him. Now we'll see what Judge Tanya Chutkan does in relation to his response. And Jack Smith will have a number of days to file a response to that if he feels he needs to, and he might. But then after that, Judge Tanya Chutkan will have to make a decision on this evidence about how much of it gets released to the public. I do not believe there's going to be a hearing on it. And then this will be released to the public as much as is allowed through the redactions, etc. And we'll see what's all in there. And I think there's going to be a lot in that, and it's going to be a bombshell. None of it can be good for Donald Trump, because if any of it favored him and made him look good in any way, he wouldn't be fighting so hard to keep it under seal.